Hi, I'm Bob Swirsel. I'm going to show you a detour route you can take between downtown Seattle and West Seattle when the Spokane Street Bridge is unavailable. To be honest, there aren't a lot of safe bike routes in this part of the city, but I hope to show you some good options you can take based on your level of comfort. Let's check them out. In this video, we'll first ride from the downtown side of the Spokane Street Bridge to West Seattle. Then, we'll briefly ride from West Seattle towards downtown. We start on East Marginal Way south of Hanford Street in SODO. East Marginal Way runs north-south between downtown Seattle and Spokane Street with a FlexPost protected bike lane. The detour route runs about 5.5 to 6 miles or 9 to 10 kilometers in length. At Spokane Street, normally you would turn right here to head west to Harbor Island and across the Spokane Street Bridge into West Seattle. For the detour, we'll turn left onto the north sidewalk of Spokane Street, which is a lot wider than the south sidewalk and has less obstacles. At First Avenue, turn right and head south. This temporary cone-protected bike lane was installed just for multi-day bridge closures, so don't expect it to always be there. I'll show both the temporary setup and regular layout. If you're comfortable, you can take a lane of traffic, or you can use the sidewalk, which has a few zigs and zags, but is mostly continuous. Approaching a bridge over railroad tracks, normally we'll use this ramp to head onto the sidewalk. Drivers go even faster on the bridge, so you'll likely want to use the sidewalk. At First Avenue and Hudson Street, we'll look at two options to get to the First Avenue Bridge side path. A direct route on First Avenue that involves riding with traffic, an assigned bike route that is half a mile longer but is far less stressful. The direct route is straightforward. Continue south on First Avenue. At the intersection with East Marginal Way, stay in the right lane and turn left with traffic. Immediately after turning, turn right at the first exit. Follow the signs for the First Avenue Bridge and turn left to get onto the First Avenue Bridge side path. Now, let's look at the other option. Back at First Avenue and Hudson Street, we'll use the signed bike route. Use the signal to cross First Avenue and head east on Hudson Street. Use Dawson Street to cross 4th Avenue. At 6th Avenue, if you continue straight on a Denver Avenue, you can head towards downtown Georgetown and Beacon Hill. We'll turn right on the 6th Avenue and head south towards River Street. At East Marginal Way, we'll turn right onto the sidewalk. Use the stoplight at East Marginal Way and 4th Avenue to cross East Marginal Way and continue west on River Street. As we approach the First Avenue Bridge, you can see the bridge side path on the left. The two route options join back together here. The First Avenue Bridge takes us across the Duwamish River. At the south end of the bridge, if you turn left, you can head south on the Duwamish Trail into South Park. We will continue straight to go north on the Duwamish Trail. At Highland Park Way and West Marginal Way, if you continue straight, you can go uphill towards Del Ridge and White Center, but there isn't any bike infrastructure on the way. We'll stay on the Duwamish Trail as it curves to the right going north along West Marginal Way. The Duwamish Trail crosses many industrial driveways, so be aware of freight trucks. At Herring's House Park, across from the Duwamish Longhouse and Cultural Center, we'll use the relatively new crosswalk signal. Be careful as you cross, as a driver or two may run the red light. Normally, you would have to use the side path and sidewalk for this section along West Marginal Way. There is a project to make this temporary protected bike lane permanent in the future with concrete barriers. I've added a link to the project page in the video description so you can learn more. At Dakota Street, the normal route of the Duwamish Trail splits from the temporary detour route for a few blocks. We'll turn left at the merge onto Southwest Marginal Place. Let's look at the other route. Back at Dakota Street, the temporary detour route continues north along West Marginal Way. The route bears left onto Southwest Marginal Place, where it rejoins the normal route. The last part of the detour takes us to the west end of the Spokane Street Bridge, where you can access the Alki Trail, Del Ridge Neighborhood Greenway, and other routes into West Seattle. Let's ride the detour route from West Seattle towards downtown Seattle. As shown during the westbound detour route, the temporary detour splits with the normal Duwamish Trail route and rejoins at Dakota Street. This part of the detour route for getting from the west side of the Spokane Street Bridge to the east side is mostly the same as the westbound route using the Duwamish Trail. So let's jump ahead to the options you can take from the First Avenue Bridge after crossing the Duwamish River. Just like before, there is a direct route riding with traffic along First Avenue, an assigned bike route on parallel streets that is slightly longer but less stressful. For the direct route, from the First Avenue Bridge side path, take a sharp right turn onto Michigan Street. use the pedestrian signal to cross East Marginal Way, then cross Michigan Street. Follow the sidewalk along East Marginal Way, and bear right onto First Avenue to head north. Remember, the temporary bridge detour has bike lanes, but when the Spokane Street Bridge is open, you will have to ride with traffic or on the sidewalk here. Reaching Hudson Street, let's take a look at the other option. For the signed bike route, we'll also start by taking a sharp right turn onto Michigan Street, but we'll head over to River Street instead. Bear left and use the crosswalk to get across East Marginal Way, then turn right and use the sidewalk for a block to get back onto River Street. The signed bike route continues north onto 6th Avenue. Just like the detour in the other direction, we'll use 6th Avenue, Dawson Street, 3rd Avenue, and Hudson Street to get back to 1st Avenue, where both route options rejoin. We'll continue north on 1st Avenue. Just like in the other direction, there is one last ramp to get onto the sidewalk of the bridge over the railroad tracks to avoid speeding traffic. Be careful approaching the north end of the bridge, as drivers sometimes turn here. At Spokane Street, if you continue straight, you can head north on 1st Avenue and use Occidental Avenue, the Lander Street Bridge, and SODO Trail to access different parts of SODO. We'll turn left onto Spokane Street and use the north sidewalk. Back at East Marginal Way and the east end of the bridge detour, we can use the flex post protected bike lanes to go north towards downtown Seattle. I hope this video helps you find some good options for getting around the Spokane Street Bridge when it is closed. If you like the temporary detour, please be sure to let the city know. If you want to see more of my content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.